Hello, I'm Belinda Garcia, and I will be your host today for an important conversation about something that is important to all of us, especially for our high school students and parents. We're talking about the Texas Success Initiative, or TSI. Today we have Nanette Lemus, who is our specialist, our college readiness specialist here at the district. Nanette, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
Of course. So can you tell us a little bit about your role as a specialist here?
As the college and career readiness strategist, I primarily work with our school administrators and faculty on implementing their TSI action plans. Additionally, our department also oversees district-wide implementation of other college assessments such as the ACT and the PSAT, and so I play a role in that as well, and other college readiness initiatives.
Right. So before we get started or delve into this, can you explain what the TSI is?
The TSI stands for Texas Success Initiative. And so that is the law that requires that all entering college students be assessed for college readiness in math, reading, and writing before they are allowed to enroll in credit-bearing courses. So through the Texas Success Initiative, there's an assortment of ways that students can demonstrate college readiness. They can earn a certain score on tests like the ACT, their EOCs, or the SAT. But for the most part, they will be taking the TSI-A, known as the TSI assessment.
Okay, so when do students take this test?
Historically, students might have started to take the test as 10th graders in order to determine eligibility for dual enrollment courses. But now that our partner, South Texas College, allows students to start taking courses as early as the spring of their 9th grade year, our students are testing at an earlier and earlier age. In fact, last year we even piloted administering the test for free to our 8th graders who were accepted into one of our programs by design, also known as our academies or early college high schools.
All right, and we talked about the academy students. They have that option to take the TSI for free. But what about students that are not in an academy? What's the cost?
So the cost is $14 for all 3 sections of a test, or students can also opt to take one section at a time and pay less than that. Here in La Jolla, we're very fortunate to have a test center at all of our high school campuses that are available to our students as needed. In other districts, a student might have to go take the test at a nearby college, and they charge a lot more. Right. I've heard prices as high as $50.
Oh goodness. So if somebody wants to break it up, they would have to take it, pay the $50 per section, or?
For all 3.
Oh, okay, for all 3. So if a student is looking to take the test, what can they do to prepare for it?
People ask me this question all the time, when we talk about different test prep. And my response is that the best preparation for these college readiness assessments is for students to take rigorous courses and to really engage in their academics wholeheartedly. Right. Now, of course, the questions are, different than, say, STAR, which is what they're most familiar with. So if they do want to get an idea of what the questions are like and do some prep, there are different resources. We send students to the AccuPlacer site, and so they can find it easily by Googling AccuPlacer Study App.
Okay, AccuPlacer Study App.
If they Google that, they will find the site.
Okay, awesome. So if a parent has a student taking the test, what can they do to help maybe prepare them, or what pointers can they give them for that test?
I think too that goes back to parents being engaged in their children's academic choices, and so ensuring that their students are taking those rigorous courses, signing up for pre-AP classes, AP classes, taking advantage of those courses. But then, if parents have the financial means, there are different prep books that they could buy. But I think just being encouraging, and also when I talk to parents, I like to say, this test is normed for 12th graders. I mean, it really is for students who are getting ready to launch their college journey. And so when a 9th grader or a 10th grader is not successful on the exam, it's okay. They haven't necessarily covered all the material that is tested. And so I would just say, don't lose hope.
Okay, so along the same lines, how many times can a student take the test if they're maybe not a good test taker, because that does happen. How many times can they take the test?
The students can take the test as many times as they want until they're successful. Of course, we do recommend, and depending on their score, were they close to passing or, kind of further away? But depending on what that initial score was, we're going to recommend that they do some prep. And our schools are great. Our schools are really engaged in getting our students ready for college. And so there's all sorts of interventions at the campus level that students can take advantage of.
Right, so does this preparation maybe start at the middle school level? Or are they looking at the high school level? Who are we targeting at this point?
Right now, we are still having conversations about how we can do more at the middle school level. In particular, we want to, at the middle school level, ensure that our parents and our students are at least speaking the language and understanding and realizing what the TSI is. Right. And so that they can, start getting ready and have that mindset and know that they have the opportunity.
Okay, so once they get into the high school, who can they talk to about possibly taking a TSI, or where can they look for more information? We defer to these people for everything at our schools. Our counselors. Our counselors do a great job of advising and working with our students and supporting them, guiding them down the path. So, we do have systems in place, and so because there's a payment, so our bookkeepers are engaged in the process. Our counselors' clerks are the ones that students actually literally sign up with. But our proctors, our TSI proctors, also play a critical role in advertising on our campuses. And so you can see posters prominently displayed all over our campuses, directing students to where they can go get that information. Okay, so if a student is going into the university or college, let's say next fall, when would be the last opportunity to take the TSI?
They can take it up until that last day before, they step foot on the campus. One of the things that I like to stress about TSI and its intent, the intent of the instrument is to ensure that when students are entering those college classes, that they're ready for them. And that if they're not, this test through the diagnostic report gives colleges helpful information as to how to place students in those developmental courses when there is that need.
Okay, awesome. So we've heard it that the counselors and our teachers play an instrumental role in the student success, and not only them, but our parents as well. So at La Jolla ISD, we have so many things that our kids can take advantage of. Our counselors are always there. I know that you all are always there for our students, and I know that you all have been talking to the parents at different parent meetings. Is this going to continue, or what can the parents expect?
Yeah, so that is actually my message to the community and to our parents, is that we are starting to do more at the middle school level. For our programs by design, our staff is very strategic in outlining the path as to how we inform our students and our parents about these opportunities, because it's in the 8th grade that students, in the spring of their 8th grade year, that they'll have the opportunity to decide, do I want to go to a T-STEM academy or a Ford and GL academy or an early college high school? What's my path? And so I encourage parents and students to take advantage, to make the time to go to those parent meetings, because I have been to some parent meetings as a speaker, and I'm disappointed by the turnout sometimes, because we are trying to make the information available. We want the parents to come and hear it.
Right. So if a parent has any questions, or a student may have questions on the TSI, where can they reach you, or who could they get in contact with?
So our College and Career Readiness Department, our main line is area code 956-323-2674. Anything related to TSI, people can ask for me directly, and that my name is Nanette Limas.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Nanette. I know there's a lot of information out there, and as the school year progresses, I'm sure we're going to see more. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.